We grow up with a specific instruction manual for life. Maintain a flawless exterior, keep the edges smooth, and never show a crack. But eventually, life ignores that manual. A sudden loss, a harsh failure, or a deep heartbreak drops us on the floor, and the impact shatters that pristine image. Our immediate instinct is to sweep up the pieces and hide the damage. We look at the cracks and equate this emotional damage with total dysfunction. Treating emotional trauma like a manufacturing defect traps us in a cycle of shame. We end up trying to tape an illusion back together instead of beginning the actual work of recovery. This raises a difficult question. Is the goal of remaining unbroken actually useful for a human being? The Japanese art of Kintsugi takes a shattered bowl and repairs the seams with lacquer mixed with powdered gold. This philosophy highlights the breaks, treating the object's history as its most beautiful feature. Psychologists see a similar process in the human mind, known as post-traumatic growth. This shattering provides the raw data needed for an intense psychological evolution. The crisis becomes the catalyst for a new way of existing. One mechanism of this evolution is the empathy response. Navigating your darkness builds an acute sensory tool for recognizing the pain of others. Someone who has survived their own collapse is uniquely equipped to hold a light for someone else. This deep compassion makes you a more understanding friend and a more connective partner. Then comes the forced structural reinforcement. After a major crisis, the mind cannot simply return to its original state because the environment that caused the break still exists. When a node fails under pressure, the brain uses that data to reroute connections. It develops new coping mechanisms and firmer boundaries. This architecture handles higher loads, using wisdom from the collapse to reinforce the system. The mind has adapted. It has integrated the failure into its structure, making it more capable of handling that specific pressure in the future. Before a major life event shatters our perspective, many of us spend our energy chasing external validation, popularity, and a flawless public image. A crisis forcefully strips away this noise. When your world falls apart, you are forced to perform an immediate audit of what actually helps you survive the day. Cognitive energy previously spent on optics is redirected towards stability. You begin to filter for things that provide genuine weight, authentic connection over popularity, and inner peace over the need for approval. A life without struggle remains predictable and thin. Survival injects your story with the tension and conflict required for a meaningful resolution. These scars and plot twists are the exact elements that give a human life its resilience and its depth. The pain you experience during a fracture is the raw material required for this growth. It isn't a sign that you're done. It's a sign that you're changing. The first step is self-compassion. You have to treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a hurting friend, refusing to label yourself as permanently damaged. Next, reframe your internal narrative. There is a massive psychological difference between saying, "I am broken," and "I am healing." One is a permanent identity. The other is an active process. You shift from being a victim of your trauma to being the person who is actively overcoming it. Finally, you have to find the gold. Ask yourself how this experience made you wiser, kinder, or stronger than you were before the break. In this framework, being okay is the state of total acceptance, where you acknowledge the scars and the history they represent without wishing them away. When you look at the complex, Kintsugi version of who you are now, the original, untouched version often seems fragile by comparison. You are a work in progress, a masterpiece that incorporates every break and every repair into its final resilient form.